Hey everyone, Mike Winters here. Just want to talk a little bit about what you can expect from a typical training session if you book with me. First of all, we're going to kind of break down your strengths and weaknesses. The first session is going to be about me learning what you're good at and what we need to work at and improve upon. So we're going to be very real about that. We're not going to sit here and sugarcoat things. We're going to tell you exactly what you need to do to be a good player, and then we're going to get to work on doing just that. There are a few elements that you're going to see in every training session, things that will never change. Shooting form, first of all. There's a lot of moving parts on your shot, and it requires a lot of repetition. So every day we're going to practice shooting form, and we're going to start from very basic one-handed shots, shot alignment, talking about our shot lines, and we're going to build up to moving parts as we go through the shooting form set every single session. So we usually spend 10 to 15 minutes on form shooting where we work up to moving parts and footwork and things like that. Most importantly, we're going to teach you how to diagnose your shot. And I tell every kid this, look, I can't watch every shot you take. Your coach isn't watching every shot you take. What really benefits you is for you to know and understand why the ball's going in the basket or why the ball is not going in the basket, and be able to fix that on your own. If you can fix that on the fly, you're going to be a much better shooter. Second thing we're going to do a lot of in every training session is a lot of footwork. And I always tell people your feet give you a chance to make shots. If your feet are bad, your shooting percentage is going to go way down. So we're going to spend a lot of time on pivot square-ups. I think what I'm seeing more and more in the game today is players who want to do everything off a 2-foot hop, and that includes when they're going diagonal or laterally off a screen or a cut or off the dribble. And the problem with that 2-foot hop when you're moving laterally is your knee gets off the shot line, and it affects your balance, and therefore it affects your shooting percentages. And I just see that way too often. Kids don't know how to pivot square up into their shot, but that's what they need to use about 80% of the time. So we're going to really hammer them on their footwork. There's a time and a place for the 2-foot hop. I'm not saying you can't use it, but we're going to teach them how to use that correctly and when to use that. Next element you're going to see in every workout is the speed burst element. I think basketball is a game of short speed bursts. It's not about the fastest guy. It's the guy who can get from here to that loose ball 15 feet away the quickest. And it's the guy who's trained his body for fast starts. You hear the term first step quickness a lot, referring to being able to beat somebody off the dribble. And we'll do a lot of that. We'll put a ball in your hand and we'll work on that first step quickness. We'll work on striding out for one quick hard stride, trying to hit a gap in a defense quickly. We'll work on stops and starts over and over again and really train your body, and we'll do that with a basketball in your hand. I know a lot of athletic trainers do the speed burst stuff. We're going to do it specifically with a basketball in your hand quite a bit, and just train your body to get to full speed right away. I think that's a huge, huge element in basketball. You don't have to be the fastest guy on the court. If you train correctly, you can be really good at those short speed bursts, which are so important in basketball at any level. Next element we're going to hammer a lot is changing speeds, being deceptive as a player. I think the best players have a lot of different speeds with which they play at. And I see younger players especially that need a lot of coaching on this, and it takes more time to get them to understand it. And especially when you see a younger player who knows he's fast. My thing is this, as a defender, if you play at a fast speed all the time, I can start to really kind of lock in on the angles that I need to take to square you up and make you turn and start making you less effective off the dribble. When you're deceptive and you're constantly changing speeds and you're really unpredictable, that's when it gets really difficult for me. I start guessing, what speed is he going to go at next? What angle do I need to take to be able to cut him off here? And it just gets to be a whole lot more difficult for me as a defender when you're really good at changing speeds and hesitating, and then incorporate that speed burst that we just mentioned as well. Okay, another element we're going to throw into most sessions, and it may be for 10 minutes if you're a guard, or 5 minutes here and there, or every other session, but we're going to put you in the low post, and we're going to teach you how to score and get you comfortable with your back to the basket and just scoring in close in traffic. And here's the reason why. Even if you're a guard who's your coach is never going to send you in there to intentionally post up, hopefully you're getting some offensive rebounds from time to time, and you're near the rim. I see too many guards take it and they dribble out to the perimeter where they're comfortable, and they miss a scoring opportunity, or they settle for a jump shot off that clear out when they're right around the rim. And here's the thing, you have the skills to score down there. You've got the footwork. Guards are usually better at pivoting, shot fakes. You have all those tools that you can use down there. You just simply lack the comfort level to be able to do that and do that really, really well. So we're just going to build on your comfort level. We're going to add to that. The more you do it, the more comfortable you're going to get. So that will be an element whether you're a post player or not. The opposite is also true. Post players, you're going to be a guard in half of our workouts at least. At least half of the time in the workout, we're going to work on guard skills. And the reason for that being that, the trend in the game today is obviously just a single post player inside. So if I'm playing two bigs, one of them's going to play on the perimeter. He's going to be a screener. And beyond that, what he does is what he can do. If he has the skills to be able to knock down threes, I'll let him shoot threes. If he has the skill to shot fake and score off of one dribble or two dribbles, we'll let him do that. So the game is really evolving away from positions and more about skill. So even if you think you're a back-to-the-basket post player, we're going to develop some of that stuff away from the rim as well. So as a player, what's your job if you're in one of our sessions? Well, I've always said as a coach, I'm a much better coach if I don't have to coach effort. If you bring great effort and you listen and you pay attention to details, you're going to be successful. You're going to make me better at what I do because I'm not focused on, hey, come on, we got to work harder. I'm focused on details like footwork and things like that. Do your homework on a weekly basis. If I give you something new and you're not great at it yet, you need to get better at it. And if you want me to add on to what we're doing on a weekly basis, you got to master the things that I introduced to you first. So some of it falls on you and what you do. If we're once a week and we have a set time, what's happening during that week when you come back to me. If I see you're noticeably better at some of the skills we've been working at, we're going to add to it, and I think in doing so, we're going to have a heck of a lot more fun. Okay, so what do I do next? I'm excited. I want to book a session. Check out the website, coachwinners.com. A lot of information there about how to book. And you can also email me at mwinners45@gmail.com or give me a call at 815-978-5657. Booking summer appointments right now. School's about to be out. I'm free during the day. Your kids are about to be free during the day. So a lot of time opening up here really quick. Reserve it quick, though, because they're going to get filled up. People are getting out of school. They want to get better. Make sure you reserve your time. Thanks, everybody.